UFC 317, Topuria versus Oliveira betting breakdown. We're going to give you guys my thoughts on all of the odds this weekend. We did my underdog breakdown earlier today, and I gave you guys who my underdog picks are for this UFC pay-per-view. But it's not just that. You can also bet on favorites. You can also bet on these props over there. You can parlay some of these fighters. So we're going to be looking at some of the best things you can be doing and the best things you should probably stay away from on this UFC pay-per-view in terms of the betting odds and in terms of, you know, Jacoby Smith being that big of a favorite. So betting breakdown for this entire pay-per-view. Of course, if you want to see the actual bets I am making, the link is in that pinned comment or in the description below. Go check it out. But let's get into it. We've got the first fight, Jacoby Smith, Nico Price. First off, do not bet the underdog. Do not bet the favorite. Just stay away from the money line. If you're going to do anything for this fight, you're going to go right over here and you're going to prop bet. That is it. That is it. That is all. You're going to prop bet or you're not going to bet. That's all, brother. That's all you're going to do. And Jacoby Smith to win by knockout is minus 300. Insane. No, we're not doing that. Over 1.5 rounds is interesting because if we look at Nico Price, again, I think he gets knocked out round 1, round 2. But he didn't get finished by Themba Garimbo. He got knocked out by Robbie Lawler, yes. Other than that, that is the only time he's been knocked out under a round and a half. Except for Abdul Razak Hassan. So in the last 7 years, he's only been knocked out or finished once. In under a round and a half. Am I going to bet it? No. I'm just saying that's the only thing I can really think of that is enticing to bet in terms of this Jacoby Smith-Nico Price fight. Because what are we going to do? Fight goes to a decision? It's not going to a decision. Are we going to bet the money line? No. Are we going to bet Smith by decision? No. The only thing that even catches my eye a little bit is Jacoby Smith-Nico Price over a round and a half plus 182. That's it. I'm not even going to bet that, but if you're thinking about anything, that'd probably be it. Starts round 2 is probably plus money also. But I strongly advise to stay away. The odds are so overly inflated with Nico's last fight and Jacoby having an amazing debut. Just stay away from that fight. We move on. What's the next fight we got? We do have Jonathan Diniz taking on Alvin Hines. I've said it before. I'll say it again. That's a dog or pass. Plus 250, plus 255. Plus 256 is the best you're going to get. Money line, it's dog or pass, straight up. We look at the props. Over a round and a half. I think there's good value on Hines' decision also. I really do. He's never been finished. He's undefeated. Jonathan Diniz got finished, but it was very, very late into that fight by a legit Marcin Tybura. And Jonathan Diniz, before that fight with Marcin Tybura, just going to say, it was coming off a decision win. Yeah, he knocked out Eduardo Neves. Austin Lang, who gets knocked out by everybody. But then he got a decision win. I think there's value in decision here. I do think there is. Hines' decision is plus 385. I would say stay away. I would legitimately say if you're going to bet a decision prop here, you just bet it straight up. Because I can see Janata winning a decision also. Just hurting Alvin, but Alvin surviving by wrestling and holding on. I can also see Alvin grinding the wrestling and grappling and winning by holding on, ground and pounding, submission attempts. I think plus 250 for the decision prop is not bad at all. Is not bad at all. Over 1.5 is about even money, but fight goes to a decision is not bad. Underdog bet on Alvin Hines also is not bad. That's what I'd be thinking for that fight. Cedricas Dumas, Jackson McVey. You lost all the value. I'm going to say it right now. You lost everything. Jackson McVey, where is he? Minus 150 is the best you're going to get him at right now. He started as a plus money guy. He was at plus 145 as the best you're going to get him. And he was at plus 125 for a full 7 hours. So we literally missed out on all the good plus money on Jackson McVey. Now he's at minus 165. It's a pass for me. Money line wise, it's a pass. Prop wise is interesting because I don't think Cedricas Dumas has been submitted before. He's been submitted once. It was, Josh Friend by guillotine choke. He's been finished by Nursultan Ruziboyev, Mikhail Oleshejik. He wins a lot of his fights by a decision. So, with that being said, I would go for this. Jackson McVey scorecard is no action. minus 150. You're getting better odds than the money line. Dumas has yet to get a finish in the UFC. Jackson McVey, 100% finish rate. That's really what I would be looking for. McVey, finish, decision, no action. That's what I'd be looking for. If not that, I doubt the odds are amazing. McVey by submission, yeah, it's not really that good. All the plus money's gone. Plus 315, I would have considered it. Plus 195, I'm not doing anything. So yeah, scorecards, no action on Jackson McVey. Probably the most enticing thing now that the money line is kind of gone. We move on. Come on, Tapology, brother. We got Terrence McKinney taking on Vyacheslav Borshchev. It's an interesting one as well. Money line wise, I said, is right where it should be. Right where it should be. I'm not going to be betting anything on either guy here in terms of the money line. So you got to look at the props. And what did I say? What is my prediction for this fight? It is Terrence McKinney by decision. Terrence McKinney by decision. That is the bet to make. I'm not saying put your whole bankroll on it. I'm saying sprinkle a little bit. I sprinkled last week on Khalil Roundtree for these exact same odds, plus 900 to win by a decision against Jamal Hill. I cashed. I made $225 on that bet, I believe. Terrence McKinney is my decision guy this week. A lot of people think he's going to go out there and finish. A lot of people thought Khalil was going to go out there and get a finish. Khalil's not a guy that shoots and really goes ham for finishes. Terrence McKinney is. But I think Slava Borshchev will survive. He's got a great chin, never been knocked out. I think it goes to a decision. Moneyline wise, I'm not doing anything with it. But plus 900 on Terrence by decision. I'm going to sprinkle. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We move on. We have Viviane Araujo, Tracy Cortez. I've said it plenty of times. Dog or pass. Plus 215 on Viviane Araujo. That's a dog bet or don't bet. Don't bet this fight or bet on Viviane Araujo. Fight to go to a decision, horrendous. Araujo inside the distance, horrendous. All the props are horrendous. Cortez, unanimous decision. Araujo by split decision is plus 650. You lost all the value from plus 1,000. So, again, everything that I thought possibly could have been a good bet, the odds are gone. Araujo scorecards, no action. There's probably not going to be a finish. There's no bother. This fight, stay away from the props and look for the money line. Viviane Araujo is one of the better underdogs on this card. So, do with that what you will. Hyder Amil, Jose Delgado, another fight where I'm going to be probably looking at the dog odds on the money line. Plus 145, plus 160 on Circa here. Great plus money on Hyder Amil. So yeah, dog or pass on Hyder Amil for the betting odds, for the money line odds, I should say. And this as well. This as well. Fight to go to a decision is plus 150? Is plus 150? Hyder Amil just went to a decision with William Gomez. Jose Delgado, I don't remember the last time he's been finished. Hyder Amil's never been finished, so I got a Amil by decision. Plus 450 on Hyder Amil by decision. That's a good prop bet. Plus 160 on Hyder Amil straight up. But I really think you go on the Amil decision side more likely than not. What are these odds? What are these odds? That's what I do for that fight. We move on. Jack Hermanson, Gregory Rodriguez. It's a great fight. I got Gregory Rodriguez winning. Money line wise, it's what is that? I think my dad's home. I gotta make sure the door's closed. All right, Gregory Rodriguez taking on Jack Hermanson again. I think the odds are kind of right where they should be money line wise, so I wouldn't really bet Gregory Rodriguez straight up. But like a lot of these fights, Hyder Amil decision odds are crazy. Terrence McKinney, decision odds are crazy. Jackson McVey, finish, decision no action. Alvin Hines, decision odds aren't bad either. I'm curious. I haven't checked these yet. I'm curious what these odds are for Gregory Rodriguez to win a decision. Okay, not as good as I thought. Not as good as I thought. Gregory Rodriguez to win this fight by decision is at plus 230. That's a pass for me, actually. I thought they would be better. I really thought they would be better for Gregory Rodriguez. It's a pass, actually. I'm not going to bet on Gregory by decision. I'm not going to bet on Jack by decision or knockout or anything. I think these odds are pretty fair. Pretty fair for Gregory to win by decision, because Jack is a very hard guy to finish. And Gregory is more of a finisher. He got the decision win over Christian Leroy Duncan by wrestling and by grappling, which I think he will win this fight by a decision, but the value just isn't there. The value just isn't there. I'm probably going to pass on that fight, to be honest. Jack or Manson, Gregory Rodriguez, I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass. Felipe Lima, Peyton Talbott, money line wise, favorite or pass. I'm not going to bet on the underdog, but I might put a little bit on Felipe Lima as a favorite here. Maybe I'll parlay Felipe Lima. His odds aren't horrible. His odds aren't horrible. I think there's actually a little bit of value on Felipe Lima there. But where I think there's a lot of value, like a lot of value, is inside the distance. Minus 150, that it goes to a decision. The odds think the fight is going to go all the way. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not sure what the odds are currently. Lima by submission plus 550. I think that's incredible value. That's all I would do. I would do that prop bet, or I would do money line Felipe Lima, maybe parlay Felipe Lima, but that's about it for that fight. We move on. Let me go back. Beneil Dariush, Renato Moicano. I was talking about it in my dog of the card video. Plus 130 is great. That's definitely a dog or pass money line right there. If I've ever seen one, the fight should go to a decision. The odds to go to a decision are plus money. I think that's a little bit crazy. I would honestly consider betting $100, $200 on just the fight goes to a decision. I feel pretty good that it does. And you're getting plus 126 on FanDuel. It's not bad at all, if we're being honest there. If we look at their specific odds to win by a decision, Moicano plus 380 by decision, Dariush plus 300. I mean, they're both decent depending on which side you're going to go for, but I would just stick with fight goes to a decision, because it's a close fight, could go either way. I'd rather just goes to a decision prop on FanDuel there. Not looking too shabby. And then plus 130 on Beneil Dariush. If you want to bet that one, you can. If you want to bet the fight goes to a decision, you can as well. Both aren't bad options at all. Brandon Royval, Joshua Van. Again, if you're getting plus money on Josh Van, I would bet it probably. Plus 105 on Royval. The best you're going to get on Van is plus 100, but it's only on one bookie. Everything else has that minus money. So money line wise, I mean, there's not a lot of options for you, really. The bookies have kind of made Josh Van the favorite already, which I was kind of surprised for. I thought they were going to make him the dog. Fight goes to a decision. Not much value there. By finish, I don't think Royval gets knocked out. I don't think Josh Van gets knocked out. If there is a finish, I would actually venture to say it'd be Josh Van by knockout. But there's a possibility Royval can get a submission also. He's throwing up all sorts of submissions every now and then as well. So it's interesting. It is very, very interesting. Finish, decision, no action. They're saying Josh Van is the more likely guy to go out there and finish. I would agree. I think this is a pass. The more that I look at this fight, the more that I'm not really willing to bet on either side or any of the props. So I'm going to pass on that fight. Co-main event time, Alexandre Pantoja, Kai Kara-France. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Plus 225 on Kai Kara-France is good plus money. That's good plus money, boys. It's a dog or pass bet if I've ever seen one as well. So yeah, plus 225. If you want to bet that one, sure. Fight goes to a decision is plus 105. What are the odds on Pantoja decision and Kai by decision? Let me see. Pantoja by decision plus 200. Kai by decision plus 500. Yeah, I mean, I would just stick with dog betting Kai Kara-France. That's about it. I wouldn't do any decision, nothing like that. Finish decision, no action. I'm curious. Pantoja minus 225. Yeah. Yeah, if you're getting plus 275 maybe. But yeah, it's a pass for me on the props. I think it's just a dog better pass on the money line for Kai Kara-France. Last but not least, Ilia Topuria. It's a dog better pass money line wise. But like somebody was saying earlier, over 2.5 rounds or starts round 3 isn't bad at all. Isn't bad at all. If we look at, where's the starts round 3 at? Or did I already pass it? Yeah, starts round 3 is plus 100. I think it goes over 2 rounds. I think round 1, Ilya is really going to do his feeling out. Round 2, he's going to find his range. And like he did with Max Holloway, Volkanovski, these fights went a little bit longer than expected, because everybody was like, oh, Ilya can go out there and finish early. These guys have good chins. He's going to finish them late maybe. He was finishing these guys late because he had to find his range first. And Charles Oliveira isn't like Volkanovski, isn't like Max Holloway, where he can get hurt and he can actually grapple a little bit. He's done that in plenty of his fights. So I actually think round 1, round 2, Ilya is going to find his range, try to get inside. He's going to hurt Charles, and Charles is going to survive based on the wrestling and grappling and make his way to round 3, like Max Holloway did and like Volkanovski almost did. So I think the fight does go to round 3. I think plus 100 on that. Over a round and a half, plus 126. I would consider starts round 3. I would consider the Charles Oliveira dog bet. Other than that, there isn't a crazy amount. I'm guessing the finish decision, no action is crazy. Minus 340 isn't bad. I would honestly rather bet this than moneyline Topuria. That's honestly a life hack. If you're on DraftKings, oh, that's decision only. I'm crazy. Never mind. Never mind about that. Yeah, it's just starts round 3 or underdog bet on Charles Oliveira. So let's see if I can remember the entire card. For the main event, Charles do Bronx Oliveira and Ilya Topuria, it's a dog bet on Charles Oliveira or a starts round 3. For Kai Kara Friends Pantoja, it's a dog bet or pass. Josh Van Royval, it's a pass. Beneil Dariush, it's an underdog bet on Beneil or fight goes to a decision. Felipe Lima, it's his money line. It's putting him in a parlay, or it's Felipe Lima by submission. Gregory versus Jack, it's a pass. Hyder Emil, underdog bet, or Hyder Emil by decision. Vivian Araujo, dog or pass. Terrence McKinney by decision. Jackson McVey, finish, decision, no action. Alvin Hines, straight up, money line odds, underdog odds, or by decision. And then it's a pass for the first fight of the card. My memory has been great for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Those are my bets to my betting breakdown for UFC 317, Topuria versus Oliveira. Thanks for watching.